and Marino. I think Arsenal needs to do a little bit more of that until Gyokeres finds a degree of familiarity with how to play with this team, until this team knows how to set him up a bit better. But like, I feel like most of these first halves with Victor Gyokeres go down the drain because dude is not levels. He is not synced up with his teammates. And unfortunately, like you can only go so far defending him for his contributions whilst not scoring goals or helping create. He finds ways to get himself marked a lot more than he evades defenders. He is definitely not somebody you can blame for effort. This is not an effort issue. It's a player quality issue with Gyokeres, I think, at this point. There were some very good crosses from Saka, from Rice, from Trossard, corners, where, he could have made himself a bit more of a handful. And it doesn't seem to be clicking for him and his teammates. And he's played now over 20 games, I think. So Arsenal, Arteta, they have to do something about this. You can't continue with this guy the way he's going. At this point, you're just exposing him to further difficulty. The more desperate he gets, the more it looks maybe that it's not going to happen. I'm not saying we should not play this guy again. I don't think he's unusable as a player. I do think, however, he is a player that needs a lot of help. He needs some building up. It's crazy because he's coming from a very successful last couple of seasons, but it feels to me like when we got Kai Havertz from Chelsea and Kai looked like a broken player. Victor looks broken sometimes when he's out there playing. He's giving his all, but I don't see it, man. It's not happening for him. And the manager has to find a way at this point, in my opinion, to play Saka and Madueke, because that's the best three available forwards at the moment at Arsenal. It's Madueke, Saka, and Trossard. Those are the best three. And maybe if you don't want to use Martinelli in the midfield, as a striker, you have to find a way to play your most informed forwards. Just go from there. I know there's patterns and all this thing. Gyokeres is not giving you any of that. And Gabriel Jesus is not a 90-minute player at the moment. So either you start with Jesus and give Gyokeres 30 minutes at the end of games where maybe his strength can be an advantage, which is playing against tiring defenders. But I'm not sure Jesus should be playing 60 minutes every 3 days because of how injured he's been, and he needs time to build up. Maybe in late February, March, he can start playing more regularly from the start. But before Havertz is back and before Jesus is fit, Arsenal have to create a front three that doesn't include Gyokeres from the beginning of games. Either you play Saka as a center forward and play Madueke on the right, and you go with that for a few games, see how it works. Because I don't like the idea of Saka on the left as much as I like the idea of him in the middle as a false nine. Well, you can keep it as it is, with Saka on the right, Madueke on the left, but we playing in the center forward. Maybe Trossard, maybe Martinelli. Because Martinelli can give you a lot of what Gyokeres gives you. Better pressing, much better pressing. He actually knows how to play with this team. At this point, I really think you should just give Martinelli a run in the team. He's available, he's fit. And then not to discard Gyokeres, but you buy him time to come in and make contributions from the bench. And he can watch the game a little bit from the sideline and really study what the defense is doing and where he can make impact. He doesn't seem to be a player who gets better from within the game at this moment. He doesn't seem to be that guy. And there were a couple of things that I liked about this game.